Greetings everyone, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, here to bring you another episode review from Season 5 of The Loud House. Today's episode is titled Cow Pie Kid. First we'll discuss the plot, and then my thoughts and critiques with my final score. So, let's get right into it. Batter up! The episode begins with Team Captain Lynn and her baseball team, the Kangaroos, losing another game after making another change in who's pitching. When she goes to Liam's farm, she sees him expertly throw a cow pie as if he were pitching a baseball. Lynn recruits Liam to the team and trains him to be her new pitcher. Liam leads the team to their first victory, and one right after another, but all the pitching starts taking a toll on his arm. During their training before the championship game, Liam's arm finally gives out. When Lisa's experiment to fix Liam's arm doesn't do the trick, Lucy manages to make the pain go away, and all seems right again. His arm holds up for most of the game, but by the bottom of the 9th inning, Liam's arm pops as he throws the ball. Although pitching again would run the risk of permanently damaging his arm, I guess all that science and dark magic he went through doesn't mean squat, Liam decides to take the risk anyway. However, seeing Liam trying to fight through the pain is enough to convince Lynn to take him out of the game. Paula steps in to pitch, and they ultimately lose the game. However, Lynn takes comfort in knowing she did the right thing, and Liam is grateful all the same. Well, that concludes the plot of the episode, so now we come to my thoughts and critiques. If there's one thing I really like about episodes such as this, it would be how it focuses on characters who rarely get a chance to be in the spotlight, and a chance for someone in the Loud family besides Lincoln to share the lead with characters outside the family. In this case, the leading characters are Lynn Loud and Liam Honeycutt, the latter of whom we see is more than just some country farm kid. We find out he has a hidden natural ability to throw objects, specifically cow feces, in a manner that's very similar to that of a baseball player. Even though he says the only sport he's ever played is hog wrestling, we've seen him playing basketball and dodgeball on several occasions in previous episodes. But it really goes to show how very little we still know about him, and maybe this episode opens the door to future sport-themed episodes starring him. Of course, now he runs the risk of never being able to pitch again following this episode. We'll see how long that lasts. But can you really blame him? He probably never used his arm as often as he did on the farm or in dodgeball, the way he had to use it for the same pitching technique over and over in baseball. Even through an injury, Liam was willing to risk all that pain in order to not let his team down. Call it stupid if you want, but that's a sure sign of commitment if anything. I have to respect that. But even Lynn had to come to the realization that winning a game was not worth putting someone through such pain. So now let's talk about her. When it comes to our team captain, it appears Lynn really learned her lesson about sharing the victory with her teammates and not making it all about her, like we see in the episode Hero Today, Gone Tomorrow. As captain, you can't help but feel sorry for her when she says she's letting her team down because no one else is a good pitcher besides her. And maybe Paula. I'll admit, I got a laugh out of her explaining why she's not allowed to pitch anymore, but let's be real. We'd all want to smack a ball at that goat too if we thought it was mocking us. Still, in spite of a pending lawsuit, she wanted to win like anyone else, so bringing Liam onto the team was a good call on her part. And wanting his arm to get better before the big game by getting her sisters to help was better than something more up Lynn's alley like, oh, just shake it off and don't worry about it. Although I did enjoy the episode for its typical sports storyline where a losing team finds a gifted non-sports person to join as their trump card in order to get victories, there is one thing about the episode that bothers me. At the beginning of the episode and at the end of the episode, Lynn puts Paula on the mound to deliver the final pitch, and her inability to pitch correctly causes her team to lose the game both times. The announcers give credit to Lynn by saying her sacrificing the win to protect another player is a sign of a good team captain. You know, not to be that guy, but how is replacing someone with a damaged arm with someone with a damaged leg being a good captain? Lynn asked Paula to carry her earlier in the episode, but Paula has always been seen with a leg cast and crutch ever since her debut in net games. She has played basketball, soccer, and now baseball in the same condition she's always had, and apparently Lynn is the only authority figure on these teams because no other adult is seen managing these sports. I understand the running gag with Paula and how her cast and crush prevent her from playing at her best, but at some point, you have to wonder when an adult is going to step up and say, Paula Price, you're in no condition to be out there and you're only going to hurt yourself. Seriously, what do her parents have to say about this? Either the school and her parents are negligent in protecting already injured kids, or they just have that much faith in giving everyone a chance to prove themselves. There's a reason why she has to stay on the bench, but they couldn't put her in the outfield and have someone else who isn't in a cast throw the pitch? Does everyone else on this team suck that much at pitching that they're going to rely on a girl with a crutch to be their last hope? Who knows? Maybe Paula was a good pitcher before being in a cast, but we'll never know, and I feel like we're never going to know given how one-dimensional her character still is after all this time. It's not the worst thing to come out of sports episodes of this series, but it's definitely right up there with rather annoying. Just like Lynn continuing to refer to her brother as Stinkin' even when he's not around. I guess Liam now has a new name for his friend. Gee, thanks Lynn. Also, did anyone else notice how the team is now called the Kangaroos as of Season 5 when they were referred to as the Squirrels in previous seasons? Just look at the mascot in No Such Luck and the giant acorn in Senior Moment for proof. Overall, this episode was a nice change of pace when it came to giving characters like Liam a chance to showcase more of who he is, and how even being an MVP of a team can have some serious ramifications if you're not careful. Lynn and Liam's characters played well off of one another, and Lynn showed that as captain, you have to make the big decisions for your team, and even if it costs you the one victory you really want, you realize your teammates and their struggles are more important than a championship. Aside from my critiques on the use of Paula and giving Lynn praise for subbing out an injured Liam for an injured Paula, more or less a self-defeating reminder of how you can still make terrible choices even though you had the right idea, it was an all-around good sports episode. With that said, I give Cow Pie Kid an 8.3 out of 10. Well, folks, that concludes my review of Cow Pie Kid. As if I didn't make it clear, when you have fewer episodes starring Lincoln and give the starring role to his friends and his sisters, you may end up liking the episode a little bit more than if he were leading the episode. Or, well, maybe that's just me. So what did you guys think of it? Love it? Hate it? Something you would add? Change? Keep it as it is? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest Loud House content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices.